freaks and fiends, to Roxie and Ronin's Video Rewind. Brand new show here on DVTV featuring the lovely Roxie Rose, my co-host, and my ugly mug to balance things out. You know, we can't have it too pretty here. We got to keep it kind of ugly, so here you go. Get some of these. So yes, welcome. We're going to be taking a look at some old movies, doing reviews of some old horrors and old sci-fi films, whatever we can dig up out of the crates. Be sure to have some fun and get some opinions, do some trivia, and maybe some debates as well. We'll see. You'll probably win. You're too cute for me to debate, so you're always going to win, probably. I'm always going to defend you.
I might cry. I may cry. That's a weapon. So.
Yeah. Well, you'll definitely win that. Today, we are going to take a look at Jason X. Along with our Jason poster back here, got this cool Todd McFarlane Jason X figure.
Oh.
Yeah, so the movie came out in 2002. Jason X figure came out in 2002. Todd McFarlane got right on that. McFarlane figures are awesome, obviously. Very detailed. Let's put that down so you can see the shirt that I ordered just for the show. This was off of Amazon. This cool Jason X mask, face.
Oh, come on, you gotta show that off more. Tits and teeth, come on. Tits and teeth, Ronin. Show it off.
I can't fit my tits and teeth in here. I gotta get down here.
Yes, and then pout the lips, yes. Yes! Look at him, superstar.
So, Jason X is the 10th film in the Friday the 13th franchise. And just like any good horror film, we go to space.
Director is James Isaac, and the writers are Todd Farmer and Victor Miller.
And cool little fact, Todd Farmer also appears in the movie. He is killed by Jason X at one point. We'll get to that a little later. Very cool. This was the last film where KANE HODDER played Jason, I believe.
Yes.
So this is the KANE HODDER Jason, but this would be his swan song behind the mask. The hell? Also starred Lexa Doig. Oh God, no! Who would go on to Andromeda fame in the sci-fi realm, and a cast of Canadians.
Yep. The cast was mostly Canadian, which I thought that was a really weird fact because it's supposed to be like, oh, Camp Crystal Lake, and then it turned into a Crystal Lake research facility, and then that's how they found them, and then there's Canadians finding them, but technically they're on Earth 2. Yeah, so is Earth 2 full of just Canadians? Like the Canadians survived?
The Canadians are the only ones that survived, apparently. This whole ordeal. They made it to Earth 2 while the rest of us did not. But at least they gave us Jason X once they got there, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, well, I mean, movies are much cheaper to shoot in Canada. If you don't know, they have huge tax breaks up there. So that's why a lot of stuff, and a lot of horror stuff too, and sci-fi stuff gets shot up in Canada. But yeah, Jason X was another Canadian production. Let's talk about the anniversary here. This is the anniversary of, well, it's technically
the
American anniversary of Jason X. This will be the 20-year anniversary on April 26th of 2002. This came out in America. Now, the original release was 2001 in, what do we say, Germany?
Yep, Germany.
Germany, it came out in 2001, and I think like one or two other countries, but the majority of the release was in 2001. 2002.
2002.
20 making
years.
This the 20-year anniversary.
I can count, yeah.
Yeah, so this being the 20-year anniversary of Jason X, that's why we're taking a look at it. It is a classic. It's one of my favorite installments in the franchise. I love anything sci-fi related. I love space stuff. I'm a big sci-fi nerd as well. Horror and sci-fi, and you did this happened a lot in late 90s and early 2000s where you took your franchise to space.
Yep. Like there's such a vibe with that, like a nostalgia, like especially like in early 2000s, late 90s, like that was like the trend of that time. And like the outfits and everything, still super 90s, like early 2000s, but it's just more like leather and rubber and, you know, that's how we're supposed to look now, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I love looking at what they think we're supposed to be wearing, in future. It's always great to go back and look and see like the old TV shows and what the future predicted, and here we are, and we don't have the hoverboards or the bubble dancing.
No, the flying cars.
Flying cars.
I'll be honest, I wish that we dressed like that. I want my rubber suit.
I could go for a shiny silver suit. I'd make that shit look good.
Yeah.
Another cool, interesting trivia fact, though, writer and director David Cronenberg made it to the KANE HODDER kill list in this movie. In case you didn't know, David Cronenberg, who has directed a ton of crazy out there movies, man, like crazy out there stuff. So check out his stuff. But yeah, he makes an acting appearance in this one and gets skewered by Kane, by Jason in the opening scene, which is a great scene.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh God, yeah.
Great scene in the opening.
Yes.
Obviously.
Especially like he just throws it. You think he's getting out, and he's running through the door, and it's just right through. Like you know. Fun little fact. Watching the movie, I was sitting there watching it, and then every scene that I see Jason in, did you realize the whole time he does not blink once?
I did not realize it until we started doing this. I saw that and I was like, yeah.
No blinking. Imagine being Kane and like you just have to be like this the whole time.
And he's wearing the red contacts too. So he's got the red contacts.
Yeah. So there's like, and back then color contacts were very dry.
Yeah.
So imagine trying to hold your eyes open with that. That the writer Todd Farmer, he based the movies basically off of like inspired by the first two Aliens, movies, which you could see if you watch the Jason X movie. Like you could see a lot of that inspiration, like the design and.
Yeah, you have everything takes place on a ship, so you have that, which is like the Nostromo in Aliens. You have your ship, and then you have your big bad alien, obviously running around. In this case, it's Jason. Oh, but then you also add the elements of the Space Marines to the mix as well, and that was a big part of like I loved Aliens 2. Aliens 1 was awesome, and it was a great horror movie. But Aliens 2 was like an action horror, because you had the addition of the Space Marines. So
anything, we'll find Space Marines, and then I know that's for you then.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
If there's Space Marines, I'm in. So.
Yes.
Do we have just a Space Marines movie? I mean, well, that's
I would say really Doom, right? Like
Doom was,
definitely.
or what's Starship Troopers?
That's
Starship Troopers would probably be the.
That's
we'll have to review that one.
We're gonna have to
love Starship Troopers.
You also know Jason X actually was the least censored Friday the 13th movie, and by censored it means the least cut.
Where this was the most kills too.
Yes, that's another one.
The most kills in a movie, mainly because they say they projected that 30,000 people on the space station died.
Yeah, it was actually 20,000.
20,000?
Yep, 20,000.
20,000 people on the space station.
So what is it, Solaris?
Solaris.
Yeah, Solaris. So he killed all those people in the spaceship.
Along with all the Marines, the Marines in the beginning, the doctors, and then he just wiped out like a whole
space crew.
This film went through a bunch of rewrites. It was a nightmare from what I've read. Certain scenes they didn't want to do. Apparently the whole virtual reality scene they did not want to do.
They were actually thinking of getting the original actress who played Jason's mother.
Yeah, that's right. I did read that.
Yeah.
She wasn't available, I believe.
Yeah, and she was like so upset because she wanted to bring back that character.
That would have been cool, like a virtual reality with his mom actually being on the holodeck. Mm-hmm. Before we get to the kills, we're going to just talk about some of the reasons we loved this movie so much. We're going to talk about why you.
Why I love it. Well, my reasons are basically the similar years. Like, it's in space. It has that early 2000s, late 90s nostalgia of that space, like, you know, kind of vibe. For me, it's the kills. Definitely, like, the two main ones for me is that liquid nitrogen head smash. That was beautiful.
Now, the liquid nitro kill was one of my favorites too. I mean, it's probably my number one kill. Just because it was so creative at the time. Yeah, just seeing it and the effects on it were really good. Like like when you're you're in the sink with her as the face freezes and you see it ice over and it comes back up and then you see it in dry form outside of the water and then wham! And fucking. Oh man, it was great.
Doesn't it make you just want to do that?
It does.
I'm getting so excited talking about it. I was like, I just want to, just see it.
No, yeah, and that's why it's always been one of my favorite kills throughout all of the Friday the 13th, just because it was pretty damn creative at the time.
Mm-hmm. So Mythbusters, I think back in 2009. They actually debunked it, unfortunately. They used heads made of gel, they used pigs' heads, everything. They even froze them for like different amounts of time with the liquid nitrogen. They let it go for, I even think, like an hour even, and they tried to smash it, it just flattened the head. It didn't even explode. Like, that to me is so sad. Because back then, in early 2000s, if you got frozen in space, anything like that, you would just explode and shatter, and that like an ice pop, like But unfortunately, we do not turn into ice pops, and that made me sad. Yeah. So the acting, like, it was not that, like, it was good, but it wasn't. It was that early 2000s like acting with horror, but like even like what wakes him up out of like being like frozen basically is those two people having premarital sex.
Yep.
He just sensed it. He's like,
he knew his coming. He's on the table, and they start fooling around, and they're like, we're gonna go on and do. They run off, and next thing you know, he wakes up.
Yep, and then head smash.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and it was. Your typical bunch of pretty young teens that can't act worth a damn thrown in this movie for cannon fodder, of course, to, fall prey to Jason.
Baby, I'm not ready yet.
Hurry up.
Another one is definitely the sleeping bag scene where he's just, smacking them off of the tree and stuff. Like, it's beautiful.
Being a Star Trek fan, like growing up with the Star Trek holodeck and everything, and seeing the girls were just so like, do you want to smoke some pot? Have premarital sex? It was just so like on the nose and so meta. And it's just like
you could see it triggering Jason, like premarital sex. No. Going to the killing scene with the sleeping bag. If you could technically call it a killing scene, because they weren't even real.
Right.
Which I wish it was real. But KANE HODDER, the actor who was playing Jason, they made him redo that scene so many times that actually when you watch the scene, that's really him just like ad-libbing, smacking.
His frustrations.
Yeah, he's so mad because they had him keep doing it over and over again. And if you actually watch it, you can see the actor just being like, screw this, F this.
He's had enough.
But they kept it because the rage was real.
It works, it's method. And yeah, the sleeping bag girls scene, for me, probably is like the runner-up because they weren't alive. Because, I mean, yes, it was fucking hilarious.
It was comedic.
It was so good, and it was so fitting and so, like, you know, breaking the fourth wall in ways. But, yeah, they didn't actually die, so I don't know if we can give them the top spot.
But it's so close. It just, for me, it's funny in that scene where he's just hitting it, and they're just like, oh no, ow, ow.
Bimbos. Ditzy 90s bimbos, 80s and 90s. Because that was, they did say it was like straight out of the 80s. They like time warped him into
with the
back
shorts
to the 80s
and everything.
with the shorts and everything. Yep. But there were plenty of other kills in there as well. We've talked about the doctor's kill at the beginning. That one was a pretty good one. Seeing
harpooned right through the chest
after Jason takes out like a whole squadron. I mean, everybody knew that was coming when the dude threw the from at the very beginning. He's looking at his all chained up. I was just like, man, you're so dead, dude.
I know, you should have just been nice. Don't throw a blanket over his head.
Jason actually gets killed in this movie. He, the unkillable force actually gets killed because KM fucks him up, man. KM takes him out. He's down. He's fucking brains splattered, fucking one arm gone, one leg gone, chest hole open. He's done, man.
Yeah, you would think somebody would have thought of that in the beginning. Right?
I don't know. Maybe the head would have regenerated anyway, eventually, I guess.
Keep knocking it off.
Yeah. But he doesn't stay dead long, obviously. The nanobots bring him back to life, and that's how he becomes Uber Jason X. But, I mean, technically, KM did kill him, so that counts as a kill. So, killing Jason's a pretty big deal. That's probably pretty high up on my list.
I agree with you there. I do agree with you there, because that was pretty epic until the nanobots came, and you're like, no.
Yeah, she kicked his ass pretty good, too. She did. She was pretty badass.
It's that leather suit. It's the rubber suit. That's why I need one.
You got the rubber suit, the leather suit like that, you could kick ass.
Yes, you turn to a badass, you kill the unkillable.
Well, Condor on the screw, when Jason throws him onto the big screw. Condor almost, he gets like a shot or two in. He rolls out of the way and he pops up, throws a kick. You're thinking, like, oh yeah, go ahead, you little child, you. Because that's what it's like. It's like the little brother trying to beat up like this full grown. And he's just like, oh yeah, you don't really have a shot, dude. No. And he just fucking picks him up and throws him onto that giant screw. And of course, later on, we get the line later when Brodsky's checking in. What's the status of Condor? He's screwed. You gotta love those lines. Yeah, you gotta love those lines. We miss those.
We Yeah.
They were so good. But yeah, so getting screwed. Condor getting screwed is up there on the list. Just also for that line. And they actually show the body like, because it's like a giant drill. And that scene where they show the body like rotating down onto the drill, I always loved that. I was like, yeah.
Me too. I love that.
Kill.
But you think you'd see more guts coming out?
Yeah, maybe some more stuff probably
some
getting
more
hung
goo.
up along the way.
Yeah.
Should have gone a little bloodier. That's probably why they only had the R rating though.
Yeah, that's why it was probably so easy to get the R rating for that.
Yep.
Roxie, get in here now! Come on, guys! Come on!
Hey, asshole.
I don't even know what that says.
7.
Waylander, something fire. Oh, sacrifice. Ah. Waylander sacrifices himself. He is the brother who actually makes it past being the first one killed in the movie. So kudos to Jason X and being pioneers there as well. Keeping the brother till almost one of the last ones to die. And he goes out on his own terms, blowing himself up, trying to take Jason X out in the fucking, the little corridor leading to the jump ship. And he's unsuccessful, but it was a valiant effort. So, you know, Waylander, who also in our trivia we believe was named after the Wayland Katani company that was from Aliens, that was searching for the alien in Aliens. But might have been a little nod there to him as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Waylander sacrificing himself, all for naught really, but you know, just the fact that the brother made it later in the movie, this one makes it pretty high up on the list. So Waylander didn't die till later, so we kind of ranked him a little higher.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I still love he was the one who like went on his back and they're going.
Yeah.
Like they're flying down.
He jumped on his back. I got him. You gotta love the spirit of these kids in these movies. They really think they're gonna do something.
But they're making it worse.
They're totally making it worse. Yeah, because that's what, what's his name does it too. In the hologram scene, we might as well get to Dallas' scene now.
The hell?
Hey! Drop the kid! Drop the kid! Now! Andrew! Get out of here! I got him! Andrew, I've got no shot! Move!
Yeah, so Dallas is scene, the hologram scene where they're playing the video game and the kid who loses the, what's he have his hand cut off in the very beginning?
Yes,
When the thing falls, it cuts his
his
arm off.
machete cuts his arm
So the
off.
same goofy stoner kid, they're playing the video game, and Dallas, who is Todd Farmer, who was one of the writers on the film, he is the Marine that's in the hologram scene with the stoner kid, and he gets killed in that scene. Well, the kid gets broken in half.
Oh, yeah.
Jason just fucking snaps him in half.
It was funny
That's
when I
it,
saw
yeah.
that. So I'm a tattoo artist.
Oh.
So all day as a tattoo artist, we're like
You're-
this with our back. And when I saw that scene, I'm like, oh God, do I need that done? I'm
Need an
please
adjustment.
get some Jason over here to, crap me right now. But yeah.
Need your adjustment.
I need my adjustment.
Jason would be a hell of a chiropractor.
Yes.
But then he takes Dallas's head and just mashes it into the wall just a few times, just head mashing. Nothing super creative, but it is a cool scene.
Holy shit! We gotta go! Now! Get
Janessa one was a fun. I wish they would have showed a little more on the Janessa one, where she gets sucked through the.
You know, yeah. I wish they would have showed that a little bit more.
They just show her. She's clinging for dear life, and then. What's her line? This sucks on so many levels, she says, and then we see her disappear.
Through the thing.
But then we just see the grate with like a little piece of dangly flesh on it. And we don't actually see the actual her getting ripped through the grate by the force of the exposed hull to the space beam.
I think wasn't that also inspired from the Alien movies as well? Wasn't one of the movies where one of the aliens actually was getting sucked through?
Well, yeah, that's where they did pull them through. That's
but they showed it. They showed the guts and stuff coming out, and I'm like, oh, they should have done that with that.
Yeah, I really wish I would have seen a little more Janessa get yanked through that grate. But
what do you think that feels like? Do you think you just died, like you didn't feel it, or do you actually feel your guts? Getting sucked out.
It would you'd probably feel it for a second because the way she was being pulled, she's holding on.
Yeah, it's like legs.
So his legs are first. Yeah, it would be like going into a wood chipper, I would suspect. Like you would feel everything until your brain.
Fast. It's so fast.
It is fast, but you would feel it you would have to feel it for like a split second.
I know, but I feel like it would take a little longer to suck somebody through that.
Yeah, I feel like it too.
Yeah.
Like you would definitely feel a little more until your brain goes through. And then unless you went head first, then you would then it would be.
Then it wouldn't matter.
Right. Then you wouldn't know.
I'm going home. Whoa! Oh shit! I got company here, people!
Crutch was electrocuted. That one was alright. Kind of just another head mashing into the electrocution, but it was kind of cool the way because we don't see the professor.
Hi. Look, have you considered how valuable you are? I mean, fame, money, with my help, you can have it all. You know, I know people, you know, I mean, I have connections. Together we can make a fortune. Oh shit. Oh, you want your machete back? Shit, it's yours, take it. Just remember who saved it for you. Guys, it's okay, he just wanted his machete back. Whew.
I'm gonna go back to my room. Cause Stoney's gonna meet me there.
So the whole movie, obviously the students and the professor's greedy. You know, of course, the greed comes into play, and he wants to cash in on Jason. So he's part of the reason Jason gets out, and all this kind of happens. And so when Crutch gets killed, Crutch is the pilot, and he's sitting there, and he's. The head is right there, and they had a really nice prosthetic head, the decapitated, severed head of the professor, who we just hear him scream, we never see him actually die. So Jen and Crutch looks over and we see Jason, and that was like a cool little moment where he realizes that the head is actually detached from the body, and then he's about to die. Gecko got her throat slit.
Gecko.
And comes fucking wandering out, bleeding out. But then later she's also, it was the other chick that was attached to the big, the big like anchor.
Yes,
she comes
she was
through
swinging
on the anchor.
through,
Yeah, that was another good one.
One girl, the one, the premarital sex girl, and then she's like, "No, I'm not letting anybody in. I'm leaving. Bye." And then
I want to kill her. Oh my god!
And she kills herself.
Oh no, kids, no, the fuel lines are still attached. Get inside!
gonna take more than a poke in the ribs to put down this old dog. Oh. Yeah, that ought to do it.
Brodsky was the man. Brodsky, man. Phew, and another brother. He was a brother who made it all the way to the end. There's two brothers made it all the way to the end of the movie. You never see that in horror. Bronsky kept his cool, though. Bronsky, that motherfucker, just when you thought he was dead, like twice Bronsky came back from the dead. Stuck him in the pit. He's like, I'll take more than... That was a great line, too. When he sticks him, and Ryan's going to take more than one. That more than a poke to put this old dog down. Then he just sticks him again. Yeah, that ought to do it. I was like, oh my God.
And still didn't die.
And still, yeah. You thought he did. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just when Jason is flying towards, everything's blown up, and the one brother thought he saved the day, and then they thought they were getting away, and Jason all of a sudden, holy shit, this motherfucker is flying at the fucking escape capsule. Bronsky to the rescue! So Bronsky obviously died. We're gonna assume he died.
Oh yeah, because he's hanging on to Full Metal with Jason. I didn't read. He had to. There's no way.
Man, I gotta read these books and see if Bronsky survived somehow re-entry on Jason's back.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he did survive. I would not be, because he survived twice.
I know. Bronsky was he was a tough motherfucker. That dude. Bronsky was tough as nails. But, you know, if he died, then that death would also make the list here. Probably higher up. Again, he was probably the last one to die in the movie, right?
Yes.
If he dies, then he's riding Jason into re-entry, burning up. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in to our first episode of Roxie and Ronin's Video Rewind. Once again, we will be coming back probably monthly and doing this. Usually an anniversary movie or something, some old movie that's got an anniversary coming up probably, or just something old we want to watch and talk about with y'all. Something goofy or campy or cheesy or nudie. All that fun stuff from the 80s and 90s.
Yes.
But in the meantime, make sure you subscribe and share and like and comment, especially on this video. Let us know what you thought of Jason X. This is a classic to most of us. I know a lot of people, cinema people, hate this fucking movie, go crazy, but fuck that. Who cares about what the critics think? We want to have fun, and we love space, we love Jason X, we love premarital sex.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? And I'm the pothead here, so I will smoke the weed and bring forth Jason anytime. So, Jason X, bring it on. But anything you want to add?
No, other than we could close it out with some voguing, I guess.
I'll cue the music and we shall vogue our way out of here. If you guys have some movies you want us to rewind and check out, some old stuff, be sure to put that in the comments as well. And come back and check out all the great stuff here on DVTV. Make sure you watch Deadsville Rock and Roll Mysteries. One of the new actresses, co-stars, Roxie Rose, playing the librarian on Deadsville Rock and Roll Mysteries, so be sure to tune in. All right, folks. Until next time, be kind and rewind.